A prince among men. There was a thunderous applause outside the empty dressing room. Moments later into the room walked a man in a tux and a top hat, turning on the light. He removed his hat and sat removing his stage makeup, which was hardly noticeable. There was a knock on the door. The man stood, opened the door, invited in his very pregnant wife, and closed the door behind her as she came in. "My angel," he said. He kissed her, the baby was his. He was a doting father and husband. "Hello, Blake," said Anna, his wife, smiling. He led her to a chair. He helped her sit down like she was fragile. They spoke about the stage magic show Blake and his father Val had just finished doing. "Val is a good boy," said Blake, who was suffering from a time traveler's problem. He became his father's own father. They spoke about the baby and her health as he removed his makeup. There was another knock at the door. "Come in," called Blake. In the room walked Val in a tux but no hat. He'd put it in his dressing room before he came in there. "Hi, Dad," said Val. He saw Anna and smiled. He was a good grandfather. "Hello, Angela. How's the baby?" Val asked who knew the baby was his son, Blake's child, but didn't know Blake was his father. He knew him as his dad, the celestial emperor Fred, who he saw as the great-granddad of the baby. "Good," said Anna. "How's Blake going?" asked Val. She shared glances with Fred. "He's fine," said Anna awkwardly. "You did good in the show tonight, boy," Fred said, changing the subject. "Thanks, Dad, it went well," said Val. Fred looked at his handsome, young, clean-shaven face in the mirror to see if he had any makeup left. Anna secretly admired him as a wife would. "I came here with Blake and Lance," said Anna. Fred looked sad upon hearing it. Val left the room and came back smiling with two young men who looked like Fred. One had a beard, the other did not. "Why'd you have to bring Lance? There goes the day," said Fred shortly. He looked at the bearded man too, as if he'd rather not see him, either. Anna looked at the bearded man with interest. "Hello, my angel," said Prince Blake, the bearded man kissing his wife. Yep, he was a time traveler too. He was from an earlier point in Blake's life. He was there to hide his elder self's accidental fathering of a child with their wife, Anna or Angela. Fred felt a little awkward seeing his younger self as rival with his wife. Lance walked up to the now standing Fred. "Hey Gramps, how's tricks?" said Blake's eldest son Lance, hitting Fred's back with his hand. "Put a rabbit in it, boy," said Fred shortly. Lance smiled. He knew who Fred was in Blake, and he never got on well. "Hello, Blake, what brings you here?" said Fred. "I came with Angel and Lance to see the show. Dad found me and Lance, he said you'd want to see us," said Prince Blake, the one with the beard. "Yes," lied Fred, who wasn't as happy as Val thought he'd be. Fred smiled and acted as he did when he was emperor. When things went bad he was diplomatic, something he learned as a young princeling from his then hero, his grandfather, Fred the Emperor of the Universe, who he later discovered to be himself, when he was older. He saw Fred as a prince among men. He wanted to be like him when he grew up, and he did.